I'm 29. I'm about to turn 30 next month. Here's how I feel about it. When you are in your early 20s, you think you know everything, and then all of a sudden, you're 29, and that's when you realize you are so much smaller than you thought you were. And what I'm trying to say by that is think about the size of you compared to the size of the Earth. Or think about where you are compared to galaxies and, whatever else. When you keep zooming out, you're just a tiny dot on this floating ball in outer space. And all of a sudden, when you start to look at life from that perspective, from that point of view, that's when you will notice that all the stuff that you are worrying about, all the stuff that's bothering you, so what? Just really think about it for a second. Because the biggest thing that I noticed that you probably might notice is comparison is the thief of all joy. And when you start comparing yourself to other people, or let's look at it this way, look at it on YouTube. If you see yourself with one channel, and you compare yourself from one channel to another one, you might think, oh, this person has so much more views than me. Oh, this person gets way more, I don't know, brand deals or sponsorships, and so many people watch him. Why is there nobody watching me? But what I've learned, especially over the last year and a half, is that kind of thinking is detrimental to you, and it can just spiral into self-doubting yourself. Because I used to think very naively that if I'm not a millionaire before I'm 30, then I'm a failure. Now, why was I thinking that? Because I was spending way too much time, wasting too much energy comparing where I was to like all these giant like CEOs and people starting multi-million dollar businesses when they're in their 20s. But what you need to understand is every single person is on their own path. So really, the weight or the pressure that you put on yourself because of whatever number your age is doesn't mean anything. You just have to slowly just remember, you are a tiny dot on this planet Earth. What are you so worried about? Like, you have to really think about that for a second, because once you realize how much grander you are in the whole scheme of things, the more you realize all the small stuff that you are constantly sweating yourself over, it's just all that weight just slowly starts reducing itself the more and more you think about it. Because what will really help, instead of thinking Like if you are how I felt a couple years ago and you think, oh, I don't know, 25, 26, 27, 28, and I'm not doing anything, I'm not accomplishing anything. It's because, more likely than not, it's probably because you're overthinking it. I mean, I know I was overthinking everything. But all you have to do, and I made another video talking about this before, when you just simply stop, breathe in, breathe out, you tune out all the chatter that's going on in your head. You just tune all of it out, and you realize my age doesn't mean anything. Because if you're younger than me watching this, if you are older than me and you're watching this, doesn't mean that we are better or worse than each other. We're all just human beings living here on this planet called Earth. And really the most important thing is to just be better than you were yesterday. And God knows I'm doing my best to do that, because I didn't do anything for a week. I just sat down and rewatched Stranger Things. Now you might be telling yourself, Self, why is he doing that? Because sometimes you just need a spark of something that reminds you of a time when you were really happy. And I remember always being hyped up for, I remember season 1 of Stranger Things just blowing me away. And then I loved every season after that. And in my opinion, it just kept getting better and better and better and better. And then all of a sudden, once I got so absorbed into that world, back again with watching Eleven and Mike and Lucas and Dustin and Max and Hopper and Joyce and Steve and Nancy and Jonathan and all those people. Once you start remembering, wow, this is such a good show, all of a sudden, your energy increases. I hope you can see it from here throughout the course of this video. Just me remembering how much of a fucking awesome show Stranger Things is all of a sudden elevating me. And then all of a sudden, once you become elevated, all you need is that spark. For me, I was so depressed that all I did was watch, I want to say 3.5, no, not, where am I on right now? I'm on season 3, episode 3 right now. That gave me the energy boost to actually get off my ass and open this laptop and start talking again. Because really, what a lot of this is boiling down to is your age might, if you are in the same position that I was in a couple years ago, you might be putting so much pressure on yourself because of your age. And that might send you spiraling like it did for me, or like it did for me very recently. It sent me spiraling down into just feeling depressed again. But once you find the thing that you really enjoyed, like for me, I love the 80s, I love sci-fi, I just love great storytelling, great acting, great writing, great directing. Stranger Things has all of that. And then I felt it. I felt the joy. I felt the spark of inspiration. I remembered how it felt to feel good again. And that just gave me all the energy I needed to finally sit down hit record and make this video. So all this is just stop comparing yourself to everyone else. Realize you are on your own path. And the only person that's going to help you is you. Once you just start remembering, start thinking of all the memories, start thinking of all the things that you enjoy doing. What makes me happy? It's music, it's video games, it's great television. Just for me, it's just entertainment. I love entertainment, and I love talking about entertainment. That's what this whole fucking YouTube channel is about. And once you find that spark, there is no limit to where it can take you. Because don't feel bad about your age. Because all you have to remember is you are a tiny dot on this planet in space. And who knows how far space reaches out towards. But when you think about it that way, hopefully I'm making some kind of sense, because it honestly feels like I'm not making a ton of sense right now. But I had to do something to get me to make this video. And I did it. Was remembering a great TV show. You just have to find whatever that is for you. Whatever it is, whatever you enjoy doing, if you haven't done it in a while, you'll remember why you enjoyed it. And then that just fires up the sparks of creativity. And if all else fails, just remember, breathe in, breathe out, and you might just realize all the shit that's bothering you isn't so tough to deal with after all.